Hey, how's it going? My name is Diana, aka Daisy11, and welcome to my first ever YouTube video. Today, I'll be drawing ZENKAIGER. Let's get right into it. When it comes to toku-related shows and stuff, I consider myself pretty new to it all, especially when compared to my husband. He's more knowledgeable on this stuff. And speaking of my husband, he's actually the one who introduced me to Sentai, Kamen Rider, Ultraman, and my ultimate favorite, Garo. Highly recommended, by the way. Prior to meeting my husband, I had no clue what toku even was. I had never even heard of the word. All I really knew on the matter was, well, Power Rangers from when I was a kid growing up in the 90s and early 2000s. My first real introduction into toku, now as an adult, was Ultraman, more specifically Ultraman Rube. I still remember my absolute favorite character from that show, Aizen. He was hands down, probably even to this day, still my favorite wacky villain. From there, my husband sort of took me further into this rabbit hole, and he started showing me more seasons of Ultraman. Eventually, we made our way towards Sentai. One of the first Sentais that I ended up watching in all of its entirety was Dawn Brothers, and I really loved it. I loved how it wasn't so serious, at least compared to Ultraman. I thought it was a little more silly, a little bit more fun, and I could definitely see how it was a children's show, but it appealed to this grown woman. I thought it was a lot of fun in general, Sentai. And in Dawn Brothers, I remember there was this cafe owner. I wanted to know what was his deal, since I thought he was so mysterious and so cool. And my husband told me, oh, well, he's from this other Sentai called ZENKAIGER. So I immediately wanted to watch that one after Dawn Brothers, and I really enjoyed it. I really liked it a lot. At first, I was a little bit worried, since it was like 50 something episodes, and I wasn't sure if I was gonna watch it in all of its entirety, but we really blew through it. I thought it was really fun. I really liked the main character. That's probably a really important thing. I really liked the main character, Kaito. And yeah, I mean, I loved everything about it. I did think there were some moments where it kind of went a little bit fast-paced, but ultimately in the end, it was really good. There was a twist at the end that I won't spoil, but I thought it was so good, especially that suit of his. Oh, it's so clean and so nice. I don't really like bulky suits. I guess I like them when they're more sleek and very clean and cohesive looking, and I thought they really thought they nailed it with his suit. It was just really nice. And besides Kaito, my other favorite character in that show was Stacy. I just really loved his character. I think what I really loved about him is, despite him being half Kikanoid, he was also half human. Because of that, you know, his vulnerable moments. I remember there was this one instance when he's with Kaito's grandmother, I think she was called Yachan, where he's talking with her and opening up with her, and you know, his actor, the way he was crying, it really sold it, and it even made me cry. And just moments like that in the entire show just made me really love it. I thought it was like so great. Of course, it had its flaws, but I won't get into that. And I just thought it was like a solid 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. A little bit about this drawing. This drawing, it started off as a sketch. Like I said, I really liked the show, and I just wanted to draw something. I just wanted to doodle something about the show. So I grabbed my trusty old HB pencil and my little eraser, nothing special, and I just started drawing the suit because, like I said, I really like that suit. It's really nice. I just started drawing away, and I showed it to my husband, and he thought it was really nice, especially considering it was just something offhand that I just drew on regular old printer paper. I had no intention of going any further with it, but he really liked it, and he encouraged me to maybe, scan it and make it into a full finished digital art piece. And so I did. So I already had the suit on on my regular printer paper, and so I had that covered. And then next I had to figure out, well, what else am I gonna draw? Am I just gonna draw the suit, keep it like that, or what? But no, I thought it would look a little bit empty with just the suit. So I thought, okay, well, why not draw Kaito in there? So I started doing some sketches of Kaito. You would think that the suit would be the most difficult part, but no, it was actually Kaito. I couldn't figure out what pose to do, what expression to do. He's such a lively guy, so I could have gone with anything. If I was drawing Stacy, it probably would have been like a very serious expression, but with him, I wanted to, I don't know, I wanted to put some pizzazz into it. So I thought, okay, well, maybe I should just go back to the basics. Let's find a pose that he does a lot. I started looking up references, and well, the ones that kept appearing were the one where he's got his like arm out extended in front of him, and I thought, well, you know what? I have been wanting to improve in my art. I have been going through an art block, and I thought, what the heck? Let's try a little bit of foreshortening. And I tell you, that arm was a struggle. Sure, I could have, like traced it, but like I said, I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to improve in my art skills, and I'm not going to improve by tracing. Maybe when I was a little bit younger and starting, but I consider myself now intermediate, and I should challenge myself. So with my handy dandy references off to the side, I drew him, and I'm really happy with how he came out. With his face too, it was kind of a struggle because again, I didn't want to trace. I kind of just wanted to figure it out, and I didn't want to mess up my paper sketches. So I figured, you know what? Let me just draw it on some sticky notes. That way, if I hate it, I can just remove it, toss it in the trash, and nobody will be none the wiser. I drew like a bunch of them, and then it came down to about two of them, and ultimately I had something that I really liked. So then now with my sketches, I scan them, I put it into Clip Studio. That's what I'm using, by the way, to draw all of this and record all of this. So now with my sketches, I have my little game plan, and the line art took me quite a while. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, which is both a blessing and a curse because I'll be drawing it over and over and over again. Finally, I had something that I really liked. I was really proud with how Kaito came out. I was happy with his facial expressions, how he came out, and with the suit, I did have to do some minor adjustments, especially one of the arms. I believe it was the back arm. I needed to do a little bit of some adjustments. The proportions were a little bit off, but eventually I figured it out. And the gun, on paper, you can't zoom in. On paper, I just kind of doodled just the most important bits and pieces, but digitally, people can zoom in and you can see those details. So I had to look up a reference for that. Initially, I had him looking in one direction, and then when I flipped it, I realized, wait a minute, I'm gonna have to flip this gun. What does it look like on the other side? So that gun, what's it called? I think it's called the Geertlinger. Eventually, I was happy with it, with all the details. I was really proud with how that came out. And like I said, I wanted to really challenge myself with this drawing. Normally, I draw with a lot of line art. I'm just like that. I need to have a game plan, and I know some other people, they do more of like a painterly thing, and I haven't painted in a long time. Besides having my line art there, I thought, you know what the heck, I'm already pushing myself, and I'm already going a little bit out of my comfort zone. Why not take an extra step out of my comfort zone? I left out a few details in the line art so that I could paint them in later. For example, on Kaito's, I don't know what it's called. I think it's called a puffer. Yeah, his blue puffer. I started painting it, and at first I didn't know what the heck I was doing. It was very much a trust the process kind of moment. And eventually, bless this mess, it turned out to be something that I was really, really proud of. Same with the skin. I had my palettes off to the side, and I was just wondering, okay, how am I gonna make these colors cohesive, and just thinking about color theory and everything. And it turned into something I really, really loved. I'm actually genuinely proud of how I was able to blend everything and shade everything and make it just all look so cohesive. I did have to do some minor adjustments with the hue and saturation, just to make it a little bit more pinky, because at first the colors were coming out a bit muddy, a bit dull, but after those adjustments, you know, saturation, hue, all of that, it came out really good. With the ZENKAIGER suit, it was the same situation. His suit, the way light works, it's shiny and it refracts and it reflects, and I had to, well, figure that out. You know, how is the shine going to look like? You know, at first I was going with more of like this yellowy, glowy effect, and then I thought, wait, no, but he's standing next to Kaito, who's wearing a lot of blue. Shouldn't his shadows be a little bit more blue? But then again, he's wearing gold. Shouldn't he also have some gold? And it was a lot of trial and error, but eventually I guess I settled on both. And again, it just came out looking so good. A lot of this were, in the words of Bob Ross, happy little accidents. But yeah, I'm just really happy, really proud with how it all came out. Just pushing myself and trusting the process and just doing little things here and there, especially with texture. I spent a lot of time on that gold, actually trying to make it look like gold and making it look shiny and reflective, and I'm just so proud with that. I haven't really drawn gold pieces and metal pieces too much. I think this is my second time drawing gold. Yeah, this is my second time drawing any like gold in anything. The first time I drew anything with metallic gold was my husband had asked me to draw a thumbnail for his YouTube video that he did on Garo. And well, if you've seen that show Garo, it's this all golden suit, and I definitely think I did a much better job this time around, especially taking the knowledge from last time and implementing it into this drawing. So I'm really proud with how it came out on my second try, and I'm sure I'll get better and better at it. And of course, like I said, I added more texture, especially in the belt. I added some like scratchy little bits to kind of make it look like actual leather. And on the silver part of the belt is where the golden V is at. I added a little bit of reflection on there from the rainbow bits on his suit, making it reflect on the belt. That's Kaito, and that's ZENKAIGER. Oh my gosh, and the gears. I need to talk about the gears. Initially, I was just gonna leave it like that. I was just gonna draw Kaito, and I was just gonna draw the suit and the cape. By the way, really happy with the cape. I also painted that. I was just gonna draw Kaito, the suit, the really nice cape, and I wasn't even going to draw a background really, because like I said, this was just going to be something for my husband to use, and I thought he was going to add his own little things like text and maybe his own background, and so I didn't really see a need to draw more beyond that. But I don't know, it just felt so, in my mind it felt incomplete. Like it felt a little bit like bare, and I thought, oh well, why not add the gears? It'll be a nice little way of adding our team in there without actually fully drawing them, because if I drew them, I think my hand would fall off. So I drew in the gears, and I made extra double sure that put the right number, right? Because each of them has a number associated with them. And then that was it. It was done, and I'm really proud with how it came out, and I hope you guys like it too. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!